If you fill up your car on a gas station and suddenly feel the bad smell of gas in your car, in 80% of cases, this will be because some gas was spilled. So you have some gas on the body part of your car, you have some gas on the wheel, and after maybe 1 or 2 hours, you will not feel any smell because it will just evaporate. But in some cases, if you keep feeling the smell, there may be a problem. And actually, there are two problems. And first of all, it can be the problem with the filler neck. So the filler neck may have a hole in it. The filler necks in older cars were made of metal, and of course after some time they started getting some rust. And if they get some rust, they can have some holes, and through these holes you can get some gas out of the system. And actually it's very bad for the evaporative system, because the brain of your car will feel that some air escapes from the fuel tank and it will start going crazy. But the worst thing is that through that hole in the filler neck, you will get some fuel spilling out every time you buy fuel. It's pretty common for old GM cars, and I had this problem in one of my old GM cars. The filler neck gets bad where it connects to the fuel tank, and in this place it can rust and some fuel will get out of the tank when the tank is full. So if you experience this, one of the possible ways to check this is not buying the full tank of fuel several times and checking if you still feel this smell. This gets especially bad when you top up the fuel. So when a gas station nozzle stops fueling your car and you still try to add even more fuel, all this fuel will just escape through that hole because the filler neck is higher than the tank. In this case, the only possible solution is to replace the filler neck and to make some welding, but it's not a DIY task, absolutely. You shouldn't even try doing any welding with the fuel tank on your own because it's really dangerous. And there is the second problem. The second problem is EVAP, evap system. So evap system or evaporative system, this is actually the breather of your fuel tank. So all air that comes in the fuel tank to compensate the fuel that you use or that comes out of the fuel tank when the fuel gets a little bigger when it's hot. All this air comes through the evaporative system. This is the charcoal canister, kind of a filter that filters the air that comes out of the fuel tank. Some of these air goes into the engine through the purge valve, and some of this air just escapes the charcoal canister through the breather. So the problem is that in older cars, in vehicles that go more than 200,000 miles, this evaporative system may not be really in a good condition. So some fuel can get into the evaporative system, and after some time you will feel this smell of gas in your car because the charcoal canister can't filter this air anymore, and it will escape through the breather of the charcoal canister, and you will feel the smell at all times. But it's not only when you add some fuel in your fuel tank. This will be a rather constant fuel smell. If you can't locate this problem, you shouldn't ignore this, because if some fuel goes out of your tank and you don't know this, you have a leak, this fuel actually may cause fire. So the first thing to do is to go to the dealership or to any repair shop, have the car inspected and see what's wrong with this fuel system and where you have this leak.